My name is Shadi Amir, and Flint native, born and raised here. And I would like to make a statement before I even ask a question. This is from the Declaration of Independence. And it says, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed, which means you need my consent. As far as my interpretation of it, I don't think I'm wrong. I have a question about your transparency. I heard this talk about you want to privatize some services, and you saying that you want to offer us transparency, but you refuse to tell us what services you want to privatize.
Well, again, you know, we're not going to solve all these problems in 8 weeks that we've been here, but what I can tell you is that we're involving citizens in the process. We'll continue to communicate, but, you know, they call this an emergency for a reason. And the reason is we have to act swiftly with a budget deficit of $22 million, okay? And that means what I'm charged with by the governor is to come in here, make an assessment, and to try to address the financial condition of this city as best as I can, and I'm going to do that.
If I'm not mistaken, these houses that go into foreclosure doesn't make it past the auction, gets dumped on land bank, and the houses that go through foreclosure, people are walking away from this because they're tired of dealing with the bank bullies, okay? The taxes are not being paid on the properties that are not being foreclosed. So, how come we don't have a system put into place that will prevent the foreclosure process from happening? Because the way I see it, there's no judicial review of any file that goes into foreclosure. In Michigan State, what we have is foreclosure by advertisement. And all the banking company has to do is give legal notice in a newspaper that nobody even heard of, called the Genesee County Legal News, all right? And people don't have the legal knowledge to challenge these public notices. They have no idea, all right? So, if we want to see revenue go to our city budget, we would charge these banks for foreclosing in our city. We would have some type of review, you know, to make sure that these lenders are within the legality of these contracts. Like I said, we are the people, you know, and you are instituted by the people. Don't forget that, all right? You need our consent. It's not the other way around. You guys do not run anything. It's the people that run it, all right? So we're going to tell you what our plan is. You're going to get in touch with the people. You're not just going to have meetings and say, yeah, we're inviting the citizens. No, we are going to hold you accountable to what you say. We are going to be at every meeting. We're going to hang on to every word, and we will develop a system of accountability because we are tired. All right, we're tired of the talk. We know you guys are smart. None of this is by accident. All of this is by design because people in power keep making certain decisions that keep this condition maintained and not change it at all.
Thank you, sir. We do appreciate your comments.
All right.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Councilman Michael Sargentson, and I want to encourage everyone to come out Tuesday, February 28th, 6 p.m. at Nethercutt School to the 8th Ward Emergency Manager meeting. Here you will be able to ask questions, give your opinions, and be a part of the solution. Please show up Tuesday, February 28th at Nethercutt School. Be a part of the solution. Tuesday, February 28th at 6 p.m. And remember, Flint is a great place to make better.
only on public access.
I just want to remind us that there are quite a few people in line and we don't have a lot of time. Please try to stay within the 2 minutes to present your question or your comment. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Barbara Smith. I'm a resident of this ward. My first question is, will we have access to the questions and answers that are being presented here tonight? Because some very important questions have been asked and answered, and I don't think all of us are going to remember what you said, what people asked.
Yeah. We're going to try to address these, but I can tell you we're not keeping a record of each question.
Will we have access to that?
So if there's media out there that has a recorder, then we would have it, but we're not keeping track of that.
And it makes me think that somebody would think this meeting was going to be very effective and important. I'll move on. I have several questions, and some I would probably have to email because I have been thinking about what's happening to Flint for a long time and what can we do and so forth. My first question is that prior to your assignment, I know that the council persons had issues that were pertinent only to their ward sometimes, and some of the issues would be beneficial to our residents if they were resolved. And these issues, some of them required financial assistance. So my question is, how are you and the board members you have, the advisory council you have appointed, how are you collaborating with the council persons and the mayor in decisions that are being made?
Okay, can I answer that one? And I have one council person on that 5-member advisory committee, and the mayor sits on that 5-member advisory committee. I'm meeting with them. Matter of fact, we just had a 2-hour meeting this morning, sharing a lot of the issues that are on the table that we're trying to address. In addition, I have been meeting with the council one-on-one. As Councilman Lawler mentioned, we haven't had a meeting yet one-on-one. He had set one up, I had to cancel it, and we haven't been able to reschedule it, but I will do that.
So will you be making determinations about the issues that they had gone before you came to projects? You will be making determinations whether or not they can proceed with these projects?
Sure, sure, as those issues come up.
My next question is...
Excuse me, I'm sorry, but we would ask that you not ask all of your questions in together because there are other folk in line. So what we've asked is that you've already asked 2 questions, I think, so we're asking that you get back in line and let other folk ask their questions, and then you come back through if time permits. I'm sorry, but we're just trying to be fair to everybody who has questions.
Well, I think you should have made that determination.
I did, actually. I did, and I think I said it several times.
My name is Gwendolyn Holiday Turner, and I am very disturbed by many things. The first thing is that an emergency financial manager was appointed. The next thing is that I am in the 5th Ward, that my councilman, who has a lot of experience and a lot of intelligence, was not included. The one that you included was one who was least experienced in what was going on in the city. Representative Neely, Councilman Neely, was also excluded. I don't know how you chose the people. I really would like to know, because what I'm thinking is that you chose a minister as well. You chose someone who was supposed to be a social activist on your committee.
Let me answer the involvement of the council, because that's really why I wanted more than one committee, okay? And I put Councilman Lloyd on a 5-member committee with the mayor, but the other 3 committees around public safety, finance, and infrastructure, I invited each councilman to serve on those committees. So we had 3 councilmen on each committee.
All right, but in that thing, what I'm saying to you though, is that you did not get the experienced people that were standing up for the city. I don't know how plantations run. I have no idea. I was born in Flint, Michigan, but I am telling you that the way it's running now in this city, I think that must be how it is with an overseer. Now, there's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do about it. You have Ms. Jones back there. You said you're not keeping count of the questions that are being asked, but I thought she was hired to communicate with the people in the city. Now, I may be wrong. I live in Marijuana Hills, and where we are now has become a battleground. When I call, and I call 911, they know my name. Some of the 911 operators will say, "Hello, Miss Gwen. We will send someone as soon as we can." Well, they don't send them because there are no officers available. I don't know where you live. You know, do you live in the city?
I do not.